Bitcoin is a forcing function for truth. What do you mean by that?
Okay, well, that's a cool place to start because I think about this a lot, and I think it's something that I've always been pretty obsessed about, and something that I kind of feel is under assault in our modern world. So
Mm,
I think it was the Oxford Dictionary in the year 2015. The word of the year was post-truth. So we have this. So
what
they,
does that even mean? Yeah.
well, exactly right. We live in this post-truth world, right?
Hmm.
And so with that comes this relativism where you have people speaking about your truth and my truth, and then we have this thing called Bitcoin that comes into the mix that brings a couple of things in, whether it's an invention or a discovery. I don't know. I know people debate
Mm,
around some of those things, but we have verifiable truth, not just in real time, but temporally as well. And I don't think that we've had that. And what it started to do very much for me was, the initial thing, of course, is exposing the lie of fiat.
mm,
But as you become increasingly aware of just how pervasive that lie is, and how you've corrupted this kind of base layer of civilization, which is the way that we communicate value, it tends to create this impulse. And I experienced this myself, but I see it in a lot of other people, where you start to think, well, man, if that was all a lie, and that thing is so fundamental to my existence, it's kind of half of every transaction. It's the other side of what I trade my life for. What else have I been lied to about? And of course, the antithesis of a lie is truth. And now we have something that is absolutely verifiable. We did a little experiment on I think it's on YouTube somewhere, but Ben got a couple of people together, and we were all in different time zones. And we just, against our nodes, just went and, verified the supply at a particular block height. And the fact that multiple of us could do that across time zones, across the world, you can't do that with anything.
mm.
So I don't know, maybe we can start
Well,
it from that point.
it's a
But
brilliant start.
what do you think?
When you say, okay, so you've got all of these people, friends dotted around the globe in different time zones that are able to survey or analyze or double check an open ledger,
Yeah,
and they all look at the same time on a video call. It's like you and I talking right now with like four other mates in different places, and we're like, what's the block height right now,
yeah,
and what transactions are going through, and everyone can see the same thing.
yeah.
And I think
A,
that's
what's the block height? But B, what is the total Bitcoin supply
yes. Yeah,
at
where
that
are we
block height?
on the issuance process? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And this idea of measurement is so interesting because no one's like, oh, that's not 30 centimeters. Okay, because
yeah,
it's a clearly defined distance. Oh no, that's not 27 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius or whatever it may have been today. You're like, well, it was because you can show it, right?
yeah,
But when it comes to value, how do you measure value? And in a sense, value is objective. So it completely comes down to the individual. It's like in any one moment, you're going to value certain things differently.
yeah,
And therefore, measuring it's really hard from that perspective because every individual person has a different motivation when it comes to value. But the obvious point is that when you're using a dollar or a euro or a pound, that you start looking at the inflation rate, like actually how many pounds are in circulation? Like where I grew up, the Bank of
yeah,
England stopped releasing information on how many pounds they create.
yeah,
Like you can't find it from them, even if you want. So it's this idea of measuring stuff with a ruler that is incorrect all the
yeah.
time. And Bitcoin flips that. It's like all
But
those
even
people in those different places. Please, Chris, go.
yeah, no. But I mean, even think about this, Jake, because you can say, okay, you can be on the other side of planet Earth, and you've got to verify a measurement with your ruler. But
Mm,
how do I trust that your ruler is actually according to the ISO standard?
true. Yes, good point.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's the map measuring the territory. But now you've got
Mm,
this thing for the first time ever, where the map is the territory. So, you and I can independently on opposite ends of the world verify not only the supply right now, so we can kind of run an experiment like the scientific method. And the scientific method works, you can repeat an experiment in the now, but you can't do that on a temporal axis ever. So from as soon as you're looking at history, you have to rely on an authority. Except, and I think I was trying to think about this: is there anything else other than Bitcoin where you can go back to a point in time and you can verify a truth claim historically, temporally, with absolute certainty?